Dozer, when you're done, bring the ship up to broadcast depth.
Peace, ladies and gentlemen. It's your man Chip coming at you with another video. Man, I'm out here in Charlotte. You already know there ain't no parking. Shit. Had to drive around damn near 3 hours to find a parking spot, man. Well, I'm back on the road, but it looks like Hirschbach wants to send me back to Florida for I don't know what fucking reason. The miles don't look like they're gonna start adding up, but I'm gonna go with the plan. I'm not the planner. The planner has a plan, right? So we'll see what the plan is. Speaking about Hirschbach, let's look at my last paycheck, because somebody wanted to say, yo, 2019 they were averaging $2,200 to $2,800 take home. That ain't really the case anymore. And if that was the case, why did you leave? I would like to know that. Why did you leave? Did you go get your own shit? I don't know. Why did you leave? They had all the support. At the beginning of 2025, they gave a driver like a 13-cent increase, but they also added more deductions, so it like canceled it out. And they got more deductions than the increase, so it really canceled it out. But I said in my video that I typically average about $1,500 take home, but that's not really true. I make more than that. I just don't want to. I know a lot of people that messed up on the lease and they didn't make any money. So I don't want to tell you, you know, you can make $2,000 a week and, you know, let's go. My info. There we go. My pay. Now remember, Hirschbach has been caught up with all the money they owe me. So this is my pay statement for August 7th, 2005. Weekly gross was $6,404.28. Deductions was $2,754.25, with a grand total take home of $3,650.03. Now, $1,500 of that $3,600 was my monthly incentive miles pay, and 30 cents on the 11,000 miles, which was $1,504.50. So out of the $3,650, $1,504.50 was a bonus. I don't have my calculator out, but looks like my regular take home was about $2,100. So I mean, and I typically make, you know, more than the $1,500 that I said. I was just being very conservative because, you know, if you take, they say their average is, you know, 2,500 miles, and depending on where you are on the sliding scale for that 2,500 miles, you're looking at, minus all the deductions and everything, probably around $1,200 take home. And then if you add on another $300 to $400 for that Tuesday, you're looking at $1,500 take home. So, and then you got to keep running, you got to keep rolling. So that's why I said that. On my low weeks, I've been hitting about $1,600. My high weeks is about $2,100, $2,200. You know, but I don't want to tell everybody, oh, you're going to make $2,300 a week. I don't think that's very accurate. Now, let's look at my last settlement before this. This is one where they didn't pay me. They paid me in addition, right? they paid me, but they didn't pay me enough. They put the money on my card. So this one grossed $34.92.19. Deductions was $19.67.43, with a total take home of $1,524.76. And then they paid me an additional $400, so that would be, it was like $460 something. So it would be like $1,900, almost $2,000. You know, because they owed me $600, and then they pay that on the card. But on this, $1,524.76. Let's go the week before that. All right, the week before that, where they also owed me money. Right? I grossed $35.37.14. Deductions was $2,203.14. Which, oh, and then reimbursements was $36.05. I was wondering how come that wasn't a perfect zero. With a total of $1,370. And then they paid me on top of that on my card. They owed me, I think, $400. That was $717. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. They owed me $160. They took out how much did they take out? Because I'm on the week before when I was on home time. Oh no, the week I just said was when they took out extra money. So they took $250. Let's go back to the 17th of July. I'll tell you exactly how much they took out. They took out, where's the deductions? Here we go. $200. They took out an additional $200. So that added an additional $400 because they took out $200 2 weeks in a row. So it's $400 that they owed me. So that put me in a negative from the week before because I was on home time. It put me in a negative $160. So that $200, I would have been positive $40 on my home time doing nothing. Damn. So $1,370 plus $400. We're just gonna call it $200. That would have been $1,570, and then the additional $200 from that was $1,770. And then at the last week, I had a bonus. I ran 11,000 miles in a 4-week period, so you don't run that much. It was like 2,700 miles a week average. And then I got paid for that. Come on. Update. Oh, 8.7. My bad. I was looking at 7.7. I got paid for the bonus, the monthly incentive bonus, $1,504. And a grand total of take home for that week was $3,650. So if you minus the $1,504 from that, you get 21 something. That's what I'm doing here, running recaps. So I said 1,500. That's just what I put down Can you make less? Yeah, you can make less. Can you make more? Yeah, you can make more. You know, I really think 1,500 is like where you should baseline your numbers here at Hirschbach. Can you make more? Yes, I showed you. Well, I told you. Those deductions, 27.54. What is? I ran a lot of miles that week. I ran a lot of miles. Does it tell me how many miles I ran for the week? I think I gotta put it in. I can't turn it to the side, but on the phone, if you're looking at the Hirschbach pay settlement on the phone, people, turn it to the side. Night and day difference of how to read it. You can actually read it when it's in landscape mode. You can't read it when it's like this, because like the numbers look so small and they're like vertical, and there's a lot of dumbass deductions though, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But I'm out here with a goal. I'm not out here just running around being stupid. So that's an update on the Hirschbach. And they didn't forget to pay me anything this week. And they didn't forget to pay me anything this week. And then I went on home time again. And now I got like no miles this week. But I think I should have the truck paid. Right? So I shouldn't be. I'll probably be in a positive a couple $100. That's food for the truck, right? And then I should be rolling again. But we'll see, because like they got me out here in Charlotte from Florida. And now the next load, they want me to go right back down to Florida. I have no clue why. It doesn't look like the miles are going to be set up right for this next pay period. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on there. But that is an update on the Hirschbach pay. $1,500 I say is the average for most drivers, which you should be trying to hit. And if you're not hitting that, hit me up. And you can hit me up on my Instagram, or you can go download the Zello app, and in the chat rooms go to Lustco, Lustco. Find that. It'll look like an L with a that's me. Hit me up, and we'll figure out how to get your money up. And even if you're not at Hirschbach, hit me up, but we could try to figure out how to get your money up. If you're with the Russians, I know how to deal with the Russians. Okay? I never not got paid with the Russians, only with the super ego people. And that was just a real experiment. I had no plans on staying there at all, but I really should have just stayed with the reload guys, and because at that point I had like, I don't know, like $7,000-8,000 stacked on the company side of things. I ran a lot, but they weren't killing me over there. Some days, like once in a while, but I put my foot down. I was like, nah. So until next time, grind hard, hustle hard, know your worth, know your potential, never settle. Hit me up if you're interested in Hirschbach. Peace.
Ninja vanish!